there, it's another tarot sesh for Scorpio. I'm the Cannastrologer. My name is Abby, and this is a reading for the week of April 17th through the 23rd, 2023. However, energy is timeless, and so anytime that you're seeing this, if the message resonates, if the title of the message resonates, then it could be meant for you. Don't try to force anything or make it fit, but do understand that this is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And if you have strong Scorpio placements anywhere within your chart, then any parts of this could be for you. Do understand also that energy can be flip-flopped, crisscrossed, and or reversed. So I could be speaking, about the other person, or cross-watchers are also welcome. But everybody also encompasses both masculine and feminine energy, so it's about balance. Okay, so Scorpio, this week, just letting you know, I'm doing this spread a little bit differently. I've already gone ahead and shuffled out all of the cards and laid them out. That was actually by mistake, because I already did this reading once, but I forgot to include the tea tree reading, or the tea leaf reading, and so I just left it out so I could redo this. But it's the same thing, and even more clarity actually around it once I realized to incorporate this. My bad. But it's a different kind of spread for me anyway. I laid it all out first before speaking on it, and I'm only using 4 cards and the bottom of the deck up here. But before I get into this, I do want to talk about what's happening this week, and it's going to coincide with all of this energy. So this week we've got with Monday, the moon starting out in Aries, and that's fire energy. And I actually really do like this energy, especially at the beginning of the week. In Aries, it's a desire to start fresh. It's extra energy to get things done, short-term projects, both starting and ending them, right? But then on Thursday is 420, which in the cannabis world, that's like cannabis Christmas, right? However, we've got so much activity happening. It's like kickoff season to eclipse season, and it's a new moon, and it also starts off Mercury retrograde, which lasts through May 14th. So if you guys have been having crazy things happen to you recently, it's because we've been in the pre-shadow for the last 2 weeks, right? So Thursday, with the new moon is a great time to cast spells, to start new things, new beginnings, refresh your altar, clear your space, burn incense, and dream, right? Manifest. The solar eclipse it signifies a shift towards new beginnings overall. So that's in home, that's in finances, that's in jobs and projects, and even relationships, right? And that can be good and bad, depending on how you look at it. So, and that's where Mercury retrograde comes in, because it's all in perspective. It's all at how you look at it. Mercury retrograde is a time where if you've got things that weren't taken care of in the past, it's going to bring that like front force and forward to you, like right front and center, right? And I know that was kind of crazy how I just explained it, but like front and center. And it's going to force you to deal with it. And if you put it off, it just comes back harder the next time. So, now it's also the moon in Taurus and the sun in Taurus when this happens, which is an earth sign. It's in regards to home, comfort, decor, and finances. And so that's what all of this energy is going to kind of be gravitating around. But Mercury retrograde, it lasts through May 14th, and it rules communication, so you may experience problems with technology, communication, transportation. Just be careful with your words. Use discernment with what you hear. And like I said, it's a great time for confusion. So then Saturday, the moon moves into Gemini, and that's the air sign. And that's learning, thinking, reading, travel, new perspectives, new people. So that's the energy. And then the song that I had on pre-shuffle for you, Scorpio, while I was getting the cards ready, it's called September by James Arthur. And I will drop the link for the song in the comments below so you guys can check it out. But some of the key things that I picked up in the song was met in September. So you could have met somebody around September. Could have been years ago. Could have been last year. Pink and leather, that first time that I kissed you. So this is, for some of you, somebody that you've already met and may have had some type of a relationship with. And I could look in the mirror and like who I was. That's really sweet. Like, they liked who they were around you, or you them. You're all my strength and my weakness, and if you wanted to, I'd start a family with you. I'm going to love you for the rest of my life. I feel like this is reconciliation energy, and this is, somebody that's really interested in coming back and giving it a go. Wanting to start a family with you, and this makes a lot of sense because we're going into Mercury retrograde. That's when a lot of exes come back also. Normally, I will say, leave, the past is the past and leave it there, but you guys are your own, use discernment. That's what the solar eclipse is about. Use discernment. Make your own decisions. Do you want to have another cycle of this, or do you want to start something completely new? It's up to you. Okay, so now let's get into the read. Scorpio, for our higher peace, power, protection, and prosperity, for the greater good. So these are the cards that I pulled. In the recent past, we had the Tower, and that is number 16. This is Scorpionic energy, so it makes a lot of sense. It's not a Scorpio reading if we don't have the Tower card, right? Our life is about destructive transformations and rising from the ashes, and being the phoenix and the scorpion and the eagle. Like, that's what it's all about. So, but this is talking about something crazy, something like that rocked your world, and your foundation, basically crumbled, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it may have felt bad, it may have been chaotic, but this gave you a chance, an opportunity to create something new from the beginning, from the ground up, something that's now more stable, more structured, right? Now, whether or not that you feel that way at the present moment, because we've got this walking away energy. This is the 8 of Cups, and Cups are about emotions and feelings, and this is water sign energy. That's us, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But this talks about walking away. And what I always say about this card, and what I love about this card, is that even though you're walking away from something, which is this Tower energy, you're walking towards something better, right? And so notice, like, she's walking towards the sun. And so, and I do want to mention that when I was pre-shuffling these cards, the sun card was at the bottom of the deck, and that's the happiest card of the deck. So she's walking towards happiness. Now, 2 cards fell out, because I was only going to take 3. The first card that fell out was the 9 of Swords. And this talks about sleepless nights, stress, anxiety, even nightmares. You might be stressing over something, stressing over finances, money, communication, loss of a relationship. Could be this whole situation or whatnot. But then we also had the 7 of Wands that fell out. In the 7 of Wands, this talks about defending your beliefs, aligning your chakras. Notice that she's praying and she's in a meditative position in the middle of a magic crystal ball, right? And it's interesting because then I also had the Seer card pop up at the bottom of the deck of the angels and ancestors, and there's a crystal ball there too. So crystal ball could be significant for some of you. Some of you could be a seer, mystic, tarot card reader, just like myself. But the 7 of Cards, I really love this energy. You're defending yourself and defending your beliefs and aligning your chakras, and forcing yourself to go within to get past this energy. This is Spirit's message. It's why the extra card fell out. Okay? You're grounding yourself because you know that you can't live in this energy. You have to get out of it. You have to get out of your head, is what I heard. So, but that's what you're doing. Just focus heavy on meditation to get past this energy. You're walking towards happiness. Now, underneath the deck, we have the 5 of Wands. Wands is all about passion, passionate energy. It's fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Now, this is also all about competition. You could be up for a job, up for a promotion, maybe putting your resume out there. There could be like 5 other people that you're up against. But notice, you're at top and you're touching that fire energy. Wands are also about magic. And so you have that. I just heard, I've got the magic in me. That's you, Scorpio, at the top. And I feel like, it's been a rise to the top, but you're making it. Like, that's why you're tired. That's what this is. You're tired and stressed out, right? Because you've just been continuing on past this negative energy. So then we've got the Mirror Guardian. This talks about taking time to reflect. Okay, you might want to do mirror magic, maybe some scrying. That's, you know, and again, you've got the Seer underneath the deck. Seer is all about seeing beyond the current situation, and that's what this Eight of Cards or Eight of Cups energy is. You know, walking past, you know, walking away from what you don't need and seeing the bigger picture, moving towards it, right? Also, navy blue, like this deep color royal blue. Royal. I just heard royal, royal, royal. Some of you are, you know, you have deep bloodlines. Royalty in your bloodlines. And that's normally a color of purple, which I see a lot of purple here too, but royal blue could be a very significant color for you this week. Maybe if you're meeting somebody for a job or you know, an interview, wear royal blue or like a deep navy blue. But so take time to reflect. I'm going to pull the cards or read the book real quick for that. So Mirror Guardian. Take some time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Recognize your gifts. So I love that. Offer yourself approval where it's due and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to as well. So it's really reflecting on your gifts and abilities and knowing that what you know within you reflects outside of you. So you have to put that energy out there, okay? Because if you're holding it in and you feel bad and you're stressed out, people are going to see that, right? But you have to reflect the good stuff too. And then Seer, see beyond the current situation. I had flipped to this card earlier. Now I can't find it. But that's what this is talking about, is seeing beyond the current situation. Being able to look past what's right here. Yeah. Look beyond your current situation and raise your vibration and focus on love. And that's what I was saying here. Like, you have to put that energy out there in order to get that energy back. So then I pulled for the Black Moon Astrology cards, number 35, and this is the 11th house, friends. So you might want to look at your birth chart and see what you have in the 11th house, and it could be significant with how that applies to your friends this week. This card, 3 plus 5 equals 8. 8 talks about mastery, manifestation, messages from the divine. You could have messages coming in from friends, from people around you, significant. The message behind this card, it says, don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Just walk beside me and be my friend. And that's by someone anonymous. So the 11th house has a lot to do with destiny and what we decide to give before we leave this earth. Our soul's purpose. It deals with the greater good and living up to an ideal. The corresponding tarot card with this is the 3 of Cups, and that's all about celebration. It's all about threes, right? Could be you and 2 others, you and 2 friends. You just take it as it resonates. A reason to celebrate, right? Excuse me, because I am doing this outside, and so you might be hearing people driving past. But the key ideas behind this card are sources of help, alliances, groups, friends, the black sheep of the family, Scorpio. We know that story so well. Goals, hopes, wishes, and dreams. Sorry, just waiting for them to drive by. And then I kind of giggled. So we're talking about threes, and then underneath the deck we have we pulled Mercury, number 3. So 3 could be significant this week. 3 people, 3 things. Maybe you, a job, and I don't know. But we're also, you know, kicking off Mercury retrograde. So this all has to do with the mind. This is also card of Gemini. It signifies the magician. Let's see. Yeah, so if you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, otherwise they'll kill you. Oscar Wilde. So, um, Mercury as a comedian can also be a bit of a trickster. Just when the energy seems to be flowing one way, Mercury changes the direction, and that's this confusing Mercury retrograde energy, right? Um, this card in brief talks about writing words, being good with words and numbers, speaking, travel, speed, coordination, adeptness, arguments, glibness, and technology. So it's all about as above, so below, playing pranks, being a trickster, hard to pin down. Just know that what you think could happen is not going to happen. Or it might happen, but not in the way that you thought, right? It doesn't have to be a bad thing, okay? Especially now that you're aware, right? But just be aware, basically, with Mercury retrograde kicking off. Okay, so now the part that I completely omitted or left out from the last reading. We've got handshake, which fell out at the top, and this was talking about a meeting with a stranger. Could be important. I talked about earlier, if you're doing like some kind of an interview or job search or something like that, meeting somebody significant, meeting someone, it could be significant in your life. It doesn't have to be a job interview. It just could be somebody that says something that you speak to, helps you with an opportunity or something of that sort. But it's handshake. There could be a handshake involved. Then underneath the deck was November. So November could be significant maybe in the past. You could have met somebody in November, or it could be having to do with November coming up. Could be somebody's birthday in November. It could be a November Scorpio. Could be talking to you. Then we have Dragon. Beware of self-delusion. Okay, so this is just basically saying check your ego. Okay, dragons could be important. Don't be full of yourself. Keep yourself in check, especially, okay, again, if you're like going up for a job interview, something like that. Just beware of self-delusion. Be humble, be modest. Also, don't sell yourself short, but there's that. Overall, and this is underneath the deck, but overall, because again, I told you I had pulled the Sun card as I was pre-shuffling and getting everything ready. And that's the happiest card in the deck. We've got flowers, happiness. Now there is a cause for celebration. That's what this Friends card is. And we've got happiness coming out with flowers. Somebody could be giving you flowers this week, bringing you happiness. It's also springtime right now, Scorpio, and so there's lots of flowers blooming and that type of energy as well. But I feel like, you know, you have to let go of this tower moment, this tower energy that happened in the past. Think you are walking away from something that created and gave you a lot of stress, anxiety, sleepless nights, and, you know, just maybe even some depression. But you're getting yourself and should be going towards this alignment. And, you know, taking the time to reflect, seeing beyond the current situation that you're in. Maybe reach out to friends, lean on friends. You know, seek out your support system, and just know that right now with the confusion and the timing and everything that's happening, we are in Mercury retrograde. It's going to feel crazy and chaotic, but you have got something good to celebrate. And I also think that by November time frame is what this is talking about, that you'll be feeling very, very good about where you're at with this. So that's what I have for you this week. I hope that some of these messages resonated. And if it did, please make sure to drop a comment below. As you know, it's together we grow, so please like, share, subscribe. Feel free to drop a tip or donation to help the channel grow. But Scorpio, if this is where we part, I do appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you again on the flip side. Peace.